get this show right on the road at 10 o'clock, and it looks like we're about a minute and a half late. I appreciate all of you being here. This shows this young man that there's veterans all around this area. There are a lot of veterans in this area, from every ward that you could imagine. And I'm very proud to be honored to be with this young man. Now, I'd like to everybody stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Champlain, can you please get the invitation?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Don.
Can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Before I give the benediction, I want to welcome our guest, and also with great pride, 11-year-old Logan Miner. He is a great American boy. Our Heavenly Father, we come unto Thee in this moment because we believe that Thou art our God and we are Thy people, and Thou art the Creator and Sustainer of life. We acknowledge that every good and perfect gift comes from above, that all that we have comes from Thy divine beneficent hand. We thank Thee for Thy food and ask for the blessing upon us as we partake. Teach us to be always mindful of Thy loving kindness and tender mercies. Amen. Thank you. Let's eat.
Everybody can go ahead and take a seat for a minute. We've got a little bit of break in the way that we're going to do this. Our legislator, Janet Dupree, from the State Assembly is here to give a presentation to our guest of honor, Logan Miner. And she has another event that she's got to be at noon. So we're going to let her do her presentation now. And then that way she can get her breakfast and then go from there. Janet?
Thank you. It is such an honor for me to be here this morning, and I do apologize. I have to be in Saranac Lake for the Winter Carnival Parade, and I told them I would be there, but there's no way I was going to miss this incredible event this morning. Logan, I know your mom and your stepdad are so very proud of you, as is this entire community. What a turnout for you this morning. As I read your essay, I had a couple of thoughts come to mind. The first was that what a wonderful, loving, and respectful relationship you have with your grandfather. And I'm sure it's mutual, but I can tell you, I never had the opportunity to know my grandfathers, but my son and my dad had a relationship that was as special as yours and your grandfather's. And I can tell you that you will cherish it every day of your life. And he's very fortunate to have you for a grandson. As I read your essay, Logan, I thought you definitely are destined to be one of our community leaders, and that's why I wanted to be here today to recognize that. It's so easy for most of the kids to pick Christmas or their birthday as their favorite holiday, and you obviously have taken your own path. You've stood on your own, you've formed an opinion, and you have followed the path that you've chosen to take, and that is the absolute template for a community leader of the future. And as I looked at your next to the last sentence, and you said, respect to the soldiers. And I thought at this time where we're facing so much diversity and anxiety and arguments about the war in Iraq, you certainly make all of us realize and understand that we must never for a single moment forget to thank, pray for, and respect the military men and women who are serving to keep our rights free. And on that note, I want to present to you a citation, and I will read it and then give it to you, and I'll ask you to come up here, please. Whereas, as it is the sense of our unique society to recognize the achievements of the citizens of our great state, I acknowledge with respect and admiration a milestone in the life of Logan Minor. Whereas, attendant to such concern and fully in agreement with our long-standing traditions, it is my intent to convey my compliments and congratulations to Logan Minor upon the occasion of his receiving the VFW Americanism Certificate of Merit Award. Now therefore be it resolved that as a duly elected member of the State Assembly of New York, I recognize that in Logan Minor we have an outstanding citizen, worthy of public recognition and commendation, fully confident that such praise mirror our shared promises to the ideals of freedom, which is our American heritage. Signed by me, Janet L. Dupree, Assemblywoman, 114th District, dated February 9th, 2008. Logan, I want to present this to you with my heartfelt gratitude. You want to make sure they see you front and center. This is for you, my friend. Thank you. I know it's always a danger for a politician between the crowd and the meal, so I'm done. But thank you for allowing me to present this earlier so that I can hit the road and enjoy the rest of your morning festivities. And this young man deserves the gratitude and appreciation of every one of you who are going to extend it to him today.
We're going to start the meal, but we'll start with the head table first. So, Logan, if you would like to lead us off down for the food, we'll follow you.
Thank you, Steve.
Got a roll here. I'd like to introduce to you, more introductions. I'm sure many of you, or three-quarters, you know him already. But he's a great guy, and he helped me. We worked together with the Post, and even part of the Legion to get this thing all together. I'd like to introduce Steve Bowman, Clinton County Veterans Agency Director. Steve?
I don't really need the mic, but I don't feel like shouting to say what I've got to say. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to introduce the head table, so everybody knows who's here. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about why we're here. You know, what this is all about. To my left, the far left, we have the Secretary of the New York State Elks Association, David Carr, and his wife Penny. Now David is here because of the special association that we have with the Elks Association. They're the ones that got us started in the dictionary program. And we work very closely with the Elks in developing this dictionary program where we go into the schools and provide free dictionaries for the third graders. That's how we developed the communication with Beekman Town School, which led to us finding out about Logan's essay. So it's kind of a step for step, but that's where it all started from. And David, I want to thank you very much for getting us started in the dictionary program. Beside David Carr and his wife is our coordinator of this function, Don Miller, member of this post, and his wife, and wouldn't you believe it, I just drew a blank, Jean.
He knows her real well.
Next, Jean is my wife, Gail. Knock the flowers out of the window. I am big, so.
And clumsy.
Next to me is Logan's stepfather, and this is John Miller, and Logan's mother, Laura. And we've got Logan, his grandfather and grandmother, Clarence and Mrs. Miner. In the center table is our commander, Earl Robinson. And next to him is the school principal, I believe, who is Sandra Gardner. And across from her is Logan's teacher, Mary Maher. Logan's father is sitting, he's over here with the hand camera, and that is David Miner. Now, one of the reasons why we're here, what is this all about? I want to read you Logan's paper, his essay, because I think it's key in what he says. This is why we're here. The kids in his class were asked what was their favorite holiday. Now, how many kids are in the classroom?
17.
17 kids. All 16 kids said Christmas. Logan said Veterans Day. And I'm going to read his essay to you. Veterans Day is my favorite holiday. Veterans Day is about the people who served in the military. It represents the people who lost their lives for our country. It stands for all the wars like World War I, World War II. On Veterans Day, if you watch Channel 59, they have a marathon about the wars. My grandfather, Clarence Miner, is a veteran. Grandpa watches the shows all day. Once he said, if war was love, what would the world be like? I feel happy on Veterans Day, but not sad. I don't feel sad because this holiday reminds me of all the wars we won. On this day, I always say, respect to the soldiers. To me, this is the best day. And for an 11-year-old young man to be able to think about other people in this country instead of himself, it's kind of unique. And as Janet Dupree said earlier, he is showing that he's ready to stand on his own 2 feet. He's special. And Logan, there will be a time in your life where you'll have an opportunity, where you're going to grow up, and you're going to be looking at what you can do for this country. And the veterans organizations, that's one of the things that we've always tried to do, is teach our youth and be part of the growing up of the youth. So we can teach you the history of this country and be able to show you how to progress and become the leaders, the future leaders of this nation. And that's why we're here, because we think that you've made that first step. And we want to recognize you for what you've done and what you've shown so far at an early age. So we're going to proceed on with this from here. I got to look at my notes. And what we're going to do here is, I'm going to introduce David Carr. He has a presentation for you. As I said before, David has been key in assisting us with the dictionary program, but I want to give you a little bit about David, kind of give you some information on him. He was recognized for his leadership in the project by the New York State Elks Association at the state convention held in Neville Grand Hotel in Ellenville. He was honored with an Outstanding Achievement Award. He is the Secretary of the New York State Association, Elks Association, and has been heading up the dictionary project for the past couple of years. Again, David Carr.
I just come up here, maybe I can get Logan to step
about here for a second. Logan, my wife is administrative assistant to the New York State Secretary, and she thinks your essay is wonderful. She's also a retired high school English teacher.
A plus, Logan.
I just wanted to ping back a little bit. Veterans Day was originally Armistice Day. And the reason we Elks have take such great pride in Veterans Day, or Armistice Day, is because the armistice was signed by an elk. In every Elks Lodge in the United States at 11 o'clock at night, everything comes to a standstill, an elk stand, and they have a toast to their absent members. The gentleman who signed the armistice was a man named John J. Pershing. He was a member of El Paso Elks Lodge number 187. He was very familiar with the Elks. He knew that the Elks had a war relief commission. The Elks did the first recruiting for our government, which most people don't realize. The Elks started the first VA hospitals for our government, which most people don't realize. And the Elks started the first GI loans for veterans. When he signed the armistice, there was no accident or coincidence that it was on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. So anytime that anybody wants to know about Veterans Day, we automatically know it's the 11th hour, the 11th day of the 11th month. He added great significance to the 11th hour, and Elks Lodges throughout the United States realized this. When he returned home, there was a huge parade in New York City. And he was right up front. He was the head of that parade. They had him as the honored guest in New York City. When the parade pulled up in front of Elks Lodge number 1, that's where the Order of Elks started, he held the parade up, went inside for 30 minutes, shook hands, and thanked everybody. So I'm also here today on behalf of the National Order of Elks. I also serve as one of 8 national trustees for the Order of Elks, and I'm secretary of that order also. And we are very proud of Veterans Day. We love it, and it's our favorite holiday also. And I just want to tell you, this is wonderful to have a young man think so much of Veterans Day. You are terrific, and I shake your hand, and I very, very proudly make this presentation to you. A certificate of appreciation presented to Logan Minor for exemplary tribute to our nation's veterans. And it's signed by our state president, our National Service, Veterans Service Chairman Lou William, and myself. And I hope that you keep it forever, and I hope that it has meaning to you.
Logan, wait a minute.
Well, can I get it here?
I suppose. Perfect.
And here's a little background on it for you. Thank you very much.
Next, I'm going to call on our post commander, Earl Robinson. He's got a presentation for Logan. Logan, would you like to come up here again?
I just stay there.
You might just stay here until it's all done.
It's not often that we get together as veterans or any organization to pay tribute to such a young gentleman. I mean, you see in the newspaper, the news, everything you look at, it's always detrimental to the youth. They're always saying that they're drug addicts, they're into crime. Well, here's a gentleman that has more than exemplified what we're looking for to pass on our heritage to him. And I want to thank his grandfather, Clarence, for being the key source of this information to you. he really led you in a strong, exemplary way, and I think you've taken it to heart, and really appreciate that. The Veterans of Foreign Wars, this presentation is being presented to Logan Miner for meritorious and distinguished service in the furthering the aims and the ideals of the Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States. It's given this day, 9th February 2008. Commander Earl Robinson, Adjutant Owen J. LaFountain. Along with this plaque, we're presenting him with a gift certificate for a $500 savings bond to be presented to you shortly. All I have is a certificate. It'll come in the mail directly to you.
Checks in the mail.
Logan, we hope with that bond that will help in your savings for your college career. Now I'm going to turn it over back to Don Miller. He has something he would like to read as well.
Not knowing who would respond and who wouldn't. Willard, put the earplugs in, please. I have a letter here. It says, Dear Logan, I am so pleased to congratulate you on being honored by the great Chazy River Memorial Post 1418 for your wonderful essay on Veterans Day being your favorite holiday. It was heartwarming to read your essay that best describes the importance of this holiday and the pride that you have in Grandpa, a veteran himself. You have my best wishes for a bright and happy future. Sincerely yours, Hillary Robinson. I'm not talking to George Bush tomorrow because he didn't send me a letter. He's messing with the veterans. I don't like that. Anyway, here's another one. And this was written and signed personally. I extend my sincere congratulations as you are honored by the Great Chazy River Memorial Post 1418 on your essay on Veterans Day. I was pleased to read your essay that Veterans Day is your favorite holiday and that your grandfather, Clarence Miller, is a veteran. By the way, we're not related. I don't want anybody to think I'm pushing family here. But if I was, I'd be very proud of Logan, that's for sure. And Grandpa.
Minor.
Minor, I beg your pardon. Too close. Anyway, while I was here, Veterans Day is an appropriate day to honor those who serve. And you always say special things on that day, like respect to the soldiers. I join your family, fellow students, in the Beekman Town Central School, your teacher, and members of the VFW Post 1418 in honoring you for your nice words regarding this special day. With sincere congratulations and best wishes for continuing success in your studies, I am John L. McHugh. Congressman. He didn't have a rubber stamp, like a lot of politicians do on things of this nature. In his handwriting, he wrote right down here, I truly enjoy reading your
Essay.
your essay. I enjoy truly reading your essay and truly congratulate you and I'm pleased that you supported the veterans on Veterans Day. He wrote that in his own personal handwriting. I thought that was very nice. So, I'll let you walk over here so this old man don't have to walk all the way over there. In here, son, is the original letter, if you will, from Hillary Clinton. I was reading the copy. And also, there is a copy of the letter from Congressman McHugh that he's sending the original to your home. Okay? Hey, treasure those. That's something to write. Please, please.
There's one more thing that we want to say from the VFW, the Great Chazy River Memorial VFW Post 1418 to you, Logan, is your essay caught so much of our heart that your essay will be framed and placed on the wall here in this post. It will always be here for as long as this post is here. Your essay will be on the wall here in this post. Don, did you want to say any closing remarks?
No, but I would think, because of the pride I had in being brought into this whole thing, just by accident, in a way, accident of doing dictionaries, whatever have you. I would like to call on the school principal to say a few words, please.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate you, Logan. You have made me so proud today. I can't tell you the happiness I feel inside to have a student do something like this and achieve so much. I have so many people here. And I know you've done it through your family, all of your family, so I thank your family for being part of this. The second group I'd like to thank is the VFW. You know, I so enjoy my little chats when Don comes in. Everybody is so friendly, and that connection with the adult world is so important for our students. You are their role models, and thank you so much for realizing that and being part of our community and giving all that you do give. Third person I'd like to thank is Logan's teacher. Miss Mahar has worked with this group of individuals very diligently this year, and this really was coming out of practice for one of those state exams that we all have discussed of. I'm sure you've heard about them in the newspapers. And she wanted to have the students relax a little bit and have some creative chance to explore their writing, and the pieces were wonderful, all of them, and I was very proud of her whole class. And to see Logan's included in there and his special comment was just a delight. And Miss Mahar, would you like to say something?
Gosh, I thought I was going to get out of this.
Thank you, everyone.
I'd just like to say a quick thank you to Logan. I'm very, very proud of you. I've been teaching for 22 years, and I've never had a child write a paper like that. Even when I hear it today, it gives me goosebumps. You're a very good young man, and I hope you continue and become successful for the rest of your life. And thank you very much to everyone here today.
Thank you. Logan, would you like to say a few words?
I'd like to thank all the people for making this happen. And second of all, I'd like to thank my grandpa and my teacher, because my teacher, Miss Maher, is always pushing and pushing, trying to get me to work harder and harder. And Grandpa is always telling me his war stories and showing me his war pictures, and he's always inspiring me to write like that. And I'd like to thank all of you for the awards and all the things that happened today. It's just so great to finally meet some other veterans other than my grandpa. He's a really great veteran, and I'm glad to meet all of you, so thank you.
Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for coming. It's great. I'd like to thank Steve for all his help, and naturally with Bill and Pauline in the kitchen. You did a great job of feeding us there. Volunteers are too expensive to pay. We'll see that you get what's coming to you. Again, thanks for being here, ladies and gentlemen, and our chaplain will now lead us in prayer for and then after that, we can sort of hit the road. You want to do the benediction, please?
Well, I was going to ask Logan to say something, but he did a good job. We heard from everybody but him, and I was going to ask him if he wanted to say something, but Steve beat me to it. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Logan. Please bow your heads. Our Heavenly Father, we ask that Thou wilt dismiss us with Thy blessing, and grant that we may continually experience calmness and serenity of heart and soul, which comes from Thee. Make us useful servants of Thine in all things. Amen. Thank you, everybody.